After exploring the modern nuances of the 1991 and 1988 quarters, it's time to journey further back in time and delve into a coin that carries with it a distinct sense of history and enduring charm, the 1978 U.S. quarter dollar. This coin, while part of the same celebrated Washington quarter lineage, offers a different flavor, a glimpse into an era where American identity was being re-examined and redefined. It's a piece that might appear familiar at first glance with its iconic portrait of George Washington and the proud eagle on the reverse, yet it also reveals subtle differences and intriguing production details that set it apart from its later counterparts. In 1978, America was navigating a period of cultural introspection and economic change. The decade had seen dramatic shifts in society, and even the coins in circulation bore the imprint of that era. The Washington quarter, originally introduced in the early 1930s to commemorate the nation's first president, had evolved into an emblem of enduring tradition by the time 1978 rolled around. This particular quarter was produced at a time when the U.S. Mint was committed to maintaining the classic design while also ensuring that every piece met the highest standards of production quality. The result was a coin that feels both familiar and refreshingly unique, a perfect blend of heritage and the subtle marks of its time. One of the first things that strikes you about the 1978 quarter is the way it encapsulates the artistry of the era. The obverse still features the timeless portrait of George Washington, rendered with a clarity and dignity that has made the design a staple for nearly half a century. However, the attention to detail is unmistakable. Even the smallest elements, such as the finely chiseled hair and the confident expression of Washington, speak volumes about the care taken by the engravers. This coin is not merely a piece of currency, it's a carefully crafted work of art that tells a story of American resilience and pride. On the reverse, the design continues to captivate. The majestic eagle, wings outstretched and talons poised, serves as a powerful reminder of the country's aspirations and values. The intricacies in the feather details and the smooth flow of the design elements are a testament to the Mint's commitment to precision. For collectors, these subtleties are more than just aesthetic details, they are clues to the coin's origin and production history. Each 1978 quarter carries with it a sense of authenticity and tradition, a tangible connection to the past that makes it a favorite among those who appreciate both history and craftsmanship. Mint marks play an important role in the story of the 1978 quarter. During this period, coins were produced in multiple facilities, each contributing its own small signature to the design. Whether you hold a coin marked from Philadelphia, Denver, or even San Francisco, you're witnessing a slice of regional history. These mint marks not only indicate the coin's origin but also subtly affect its collectability and value. Collectors often delight in comparing coins from different mints, noting the slight differences in strike quality and detail that make each one unique. It's a bit like comparing different print runs of a classic book, each version has its own character and quirks that add to its overall allure. Speaking of quirks, the 1978 quarter isn't without its share of mint anomalies that have become legendary in numismatic circles. Despite the mint's best efforts at perfection, the sheer volume of coins produced sometimes led to the occasional error, be it a slight misalignment of the design, a doubling of a detail, or even a repunched mint mark that set one coin apart from another. These mistakes, as some might call them, have, over time, become badges of honor among collectors. A coin that might have been dismissed as flawed by an untrained eye can, in the hands of an experienced numismatist, transform into a rare treasure worth a premium. It's these unpredictable little variations that add an element of surprise to coin collecting, reminding us that even in mass production, individuality can shine through. The market value of the 1978 quarter reflects its storied past and the enduring appeal of its design. While the coin itself was minted in large numbers and might be seen as a common piece of everyday currency, certain specimens, especially those with rare errors or preserved in mint condition, can command impressive prices at auction. Collectors who manage to secure a 1978 quarter in near-perfect condition find themselves holding not just a piece of metal, but a slice of American history. Auction records have shown that when these coins surface, particularly the ones with unique production quirks, bidding can become remarkably competitive, with prices that far exceed the coin's original face value. I recall a tale shared among collectors about a longtime enthusiast who, while sifting through a box of old coins inherited from a relative, discovered a 1978 quarter that seemed to be nothing more than a run-of-the-mill piece. Yet, after a closer look and a consultation with a trusted grading service, it turned out that this very coin boasted a rare doubling in one of its key design elements, a detail so subtle that it was almost imperceptible at first glance. The discovery transformed what was once considered ordinary into a highlight of the collector's portfolio, a reminder that sometimes, history hides its most intriguing stories in the most unassuming places. Condition plays a critical role in the world of coin collecting, and the 1978 quarter is a prime example of how much a coin's appearance can influence its value. A coin that has been carefully preserved in mint state is like a time capsule, offering a pristine window into the minting techniques and design aesthetics of the late 1970s. These coins, with their bright luster and immaculate details, are prized by collectors who are willing to invest both time and money to acquire the best examples. On the other hand, quarters that have circulated and bear the marks of everyday use carry a different kind of charm. They tell a story of a coin that has journeyed through countless transactions, bearing the patina of everyday life. While circulated coins might not command the same premium as their untouched counterparts, they are cherished for their authenticity and the historical narrative they embody. The evolution of production techniques in the late 1970s is another aspect that adds to the allure of the 1978 quarter. During this time, the U.S. Mint was refining its processes, experimenting with new technologies and methods to ensure that each coin met exacting standards. The result was a coin that, while maintaining its classic design, displayed a subtle improvement in the quality of its strike and the clarity of its details. For those who have studied the history of coin production, these enhancements are not just technical achievements, they represent the Mint's ongoing commitment to excellence and innovation. Observing the slight differences between coins from different years can be incredibly rewarding for collectors, as each variation offers a new layer of depth to the rich tapestry of American coinage. What makes the 1978 quarter particularly fascinating is how it embodies the spirit of its time. The late 1970s were a period marked by both optimism and introspection. The nation was coming to terms with rapid changes on the global stage while also celebrating its own enduring traditions. This delicate balance is captured in the design of the quarter, a coin that pays homage to the founding ideals of the country while also embracing the modern advancements of its era. For many collectors, holding a 1978 quarter is like holding a piece of that vibrant history, a tangible reminder of an era when the old and the new coexisted in a delicate dance of progress and preservation. In the end, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just beginning to explore the fascinating world of numismatics, these coins serve as a reminder that history is alive in every piece of metal. They invite us to look closer, to appreciate the artistry, and to marvel at the small details that make each coin a treasure in its own right. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time, a journey that, much like the coins themselves, is rich with stories waiting to be discovered. Now that we've taken a deep dive into the 1991 quarter's intriguing history and the unique details that make it so appealing, let's turn the page to another fascinating chapter in American coinage, the 1988 U.S. quarter dollar. This coin, produced just a few years before our first feature, carries its own distinct flavor and story, one that is equally captivating for collectors who appreciate subtle shifts in design and production nuances. The 1988 quarter arrived at a time when the United States was firmly entrenched in celebrating its modern identity while remaining deeply connected to its historical legacy. In an era marked by rapid technological advancements and evolving tastes, the U.S. Mint sought to honor the enduring tradition of American coinage while introducing slight innovations in design and production quality. The coin's creation wasn't about reinventing the wheel but rather refining what had already become an iconic representation of the nation. Collectors soon began to notice that the 1988 quarter possessed an understated charm, a quality that emerges from the balance between innovation and tradition, making it a standout piece even among its contemporaries. Much like its 1991 counterpart, the 1988 quarter features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, rendered with a dignity that speaks to the enduring legacy of the nation's first president. However, this coin distinguishes itself through subtle differences in the reverse design and minting techniques that were being perfected during this period. The eagle, a symbol of American freedom and strength, is depicted with a slightly different set of details that invite closer inspection. If you hold a 1988 quarter in your hand, you might notice the finely chiseled feathers and the graceful curve of the talons, a result of both the die technology improvements and the craftsman's dedication to detail. For collectors who thrive on comparing minute differences between years and mints, these nuances are where the excitement truly lies. What sets the 1988 quarter apart is not just the elegance of its design but also the interesting production quirks that have surfaced over time. In any large-scale minting operation, the quest for perfection can sometimes lead to unique anomalies. In the case of the 1988 quarter, certain specimens exhibit slight variations that have turned a routine piece of currency into a rare collectible. These variations can include minor misalignments, subtle differences in the strike quality, or even the occasional off-center impression that, while not immediately obvious, can be detected upon closer examination. Such errors are not flaws in the traditional sense but rather unexpected deviations that enhance the coin's collectible allure. Many seasoned collectors see these as secret hallmarks of the coin's journey through the production line, a tangible reminder that even in a highly automated process, a bit of human unpredictability can create something truly special. In terms of market value, the 1988 quarter has carved out a niche for itself among serious collectors. Auction records from various numismatic events reveal that specimens in exceptional condition, especially those that exhibit rare production anomalies, can command impressive prices. While a well-circulated coin might still hold sentimental value for some, it is the near-mint or mint-state examples that truly set the stage for competitive bidding. Over the years, collectors have witnessed prices climb steadily as demand for these pristine examples has grown. It's not uncommon to see a 1988 quarter with a distinctive error fetched for several $100s, and in rare instances, prices have even nudged into the higher end of the market. This steady appreciation in value underscores how a coin that might seem like a run-of-the-mill piece of currency can evolve into a coveted asset, cherished not just for its historical context but also for its investment potential. There's a memorable tale circulating in collector circles about an enthusiast who, after years of searching through piles of coins from the late 80s, stumbled upon a 1988 quarter that looked deceptively ordinary at first glance. A routine examination by a trusted expert revealed that this particular coin boasted an uncommon die error, a tiny, almost imperceptible misalignment that set it apart from its peers. The discovery transformed a seemingly standard quarter into a prized specimen, one that went on to become the centerpiece of the collector's portfolio. Stories like this highlight the serendipitous nature of coin collecting, where patience and a discerning eye can unearth treasures that defy initial expectations. What's equally fascinating about the 1988 quarter is how its value can vary dramatically based on its condition. For many collectors, the difference between a circulated coin and one in mint state is akin to comparing a well-loved vintage book to a pristine first edition. A coin that has been kept in mint condition, with all its original luster and detail intact, is a testament to both the minting process and the collector's dedication to preservation. On the other hand, coins that have seen a lot of use, exhibiting signs of wear, scratches, or slight tarnishing, carry their own unique charm. They tell a story of a coin that has been a part of everyday life, witnessing countless transactions and journeys. Some collectors prefer these well-worn pieces for the character they embody, while others are driven by the allure of perfection. The 1988 quarter, with its rich history and production subtleties, sits at the intersection of these two worlds, offering a spectrum of value that caters to both sentimental and investment-driven collectors. Another aspect that makes the 1988 quarter so appealing is the evolution of its metal composition and finishing techniques compared to earlier quarters. Around this time, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with methods to enhance the visual appeal and durability of its coins. As a result, the 1988 quarter exhibits a unique luster, a subtle sheen that catches the light just right, emphasizing the finely detailed relief work. For those who have spent years studying the evolution of coin metallurgy, these differences are a source of endless fascination. The coin's surface, whether viewed in a collector's light box or examined under a magnifying glass, reveals layers of craftsmanship that speak volumes about the techniques used at the time. Such refinements, although small, contribute significantly to the coin's overall aesthetic and its desirability in the collector community. The allure of the 1988 quarter also extends to its broader historical context. This coin was minted during a period when the U.S. was transitioning in various ways, economically, culturally, and technologically. It embodies a moment when tradition and progress were not at odds but were instead intertwined. The coin's design and production reflect a careful balancing act between honoring long-standing traditions and embracing modern innovations. For many collectors, owning a 1988 quarter is like holding a miniature piece of that transitional era, a tangible reminder of how far the nation has come while still paying homage to its roots. As you continue to explore the details of the 1988 quarter, it becomes clear that this coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a narrative etched in metal. Every scratch, every subtle detail in the design, and even the rare missteps in production contribute to a story that is as multifaceted as the collectors who seek it. The coin's journey from the mint to its eventual place in a carefully curated collection is a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage, a blend of art, history, and the unpredictable nature of mass production. So, as you add another layer to your collection or simply appreciate the finer details of American coinage, take a moment to examine the 1988 quarter. Let its story remind you that history isn't always found in the oldest artifacts. Sometimes, it's nestled in the modest details of a coin minted just a few decades ago, waiting to be discovered anew by those with a passion for the past and an eye for excellence. There's something undeniably magnetic about holding a coin that carries with it a story, a moment in time captured in metal. Today, we're diving into a world where history meets modern minting, a realm that's as rich in narrative as it is in value. Imagine a piece of American history that, while relatively recent, holds surprises and subtleties that make it an enduring favorite among collectors. We're starting our journey with a coin that might seem unassuming at first glance but reveals layers of complexity as you take a closer look. Let's begin with the 1991 U.S. quarter dollar, a coin that emerged during a period of exciting transitions at the U.S. Mint and has since become a gem in many collections. The 1991 quarter represents a fascinating bridge between eras. In the early 90s, the United States was in the midst of rethinking and refreshing its coinage. While many coins boast centuries-old histories, this quarter stands out because it encapsulates a modern chapter in American minting. It was a time when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with design elements that honored the country's storied past while embracing contemporary techniques. The result was a coin that was both a nod to tradition and a showcase of modern precision. Even though 1991 might seem recent compared to coins from the 1800s or earlier, its story is imbued with the spirit of innovation and subtle artistry that appeals to collectors who appreciate the evolution of coin design. When the coin first rolled off the production line, it carried with it an air of meticulous craftsmanship. The design team was tasked with creating something that would not only function as everyday currency but also serve as a collectible piece that celebrated America's heritage. The 1991 quarter does just that, with carefully executed details that might escape the casual observer. The engravings on the reverse, for example, are a testament to the dedication of the engravers who sought to infuse every detail with meaning. There's an elegance to the curves and lines that suggest a deliberate balance between functionality and beauty, a balance that resonates deeply with collectors who have long cherished both the artistry and the history encapsulated in each coin. One of the first things you notice about the 1991 quarter is the precision of its mint mark and the overall clarity of its design. The mint mark, positioned with perfect symmetry, acts as a signature of quality, a subtle yet powerful reminder that this coin was produced during a period of high standards in minting. There's a certain charm in knowing that while the coin was intended for mass circulation, the care that went into its production makes each specimen a miniature work of art. This meticulous attention to detail is exactly what elevates a common piece of currency into a collectible treasure. And for experienced collectors, these are the nuances that turn a routine edition into a prized possession. But what truly makes the 1991 quarter rare isn't just its refined design, it's the small anomalies that occurred during its production. In an industry where perfection is the goal, even a slight misstrike or an off-center impression can transform a coin into something extraordinary. These mint errors, often seen as imperfections by those unacquainted with the world of numismatics, are in fact badges of uniqueness. A coin that bears a slight deviation from the norm can command a premium in the collector's market. In the case of the 1991 quarter, there have been several noted variations, including misaligned strikes and subtle differences in the alloy composition, that have made certain specimens highly sought after. The fact that a coin minted in large numbers can still surprise you with these rare deviations only adds to its allure. The market value of the 1991 quarter is another chapter in its fascinating story. Over the years, this coin has seen impressive showings at auctions, where collectors have engaged in spirited bidding wars for specimens in pristine condition. A well-preserved 1991 quarter, especially one with a rare mint error, can easily command prices that far exceed its face value. Auction records have revealed that coins graded in the highest condition, those in near mint or mint state, can fetch several $100s, and in exceptional cases, even breach the $1,000 mark. This impressive performance is not only a testament to the coin's historical and aesthetic appeal but also a reflection of the broader market's recognition of its rarity and potential as a long-term investment. There's a story I often recall about a seasoned collector who had inherited a modest collection of coins from a family member. Among them was a seemingly ordinary 1991 quarter that, upon closer inspection by an expert, turned out to be one of the rare misstrikes. The collector, initially unaware of its significance, soon found that the coin's value had skyrocketed once it was authenticated and graded by a reputable service. This story isn't unique, it's one of many that illustrates how a coin's true worth isn't always immediately apparent. Instead, it lies hidden beneath layers of history and minute details that only reveal themselves to those with a keen eye and a passion for discovery. One aspect that truly fascinates collectors is how the coin's value can vary dramatically based on its condition. A 1991 quarter that has been preserved in mint state is a veritable trophy for any collection. Such a coin offers a window into the production quality of the era, a flawless piece that captures every fine detail of its design. On the flip side, coins that have circulated widely show the wear and tear of everyday life. While some collectors prize these well-worn coins for the character and history they embody, others seek the immaculate examples that seem almost untouched by time. It's this spectrum, from circulated to mint state, that adds a dynamic layer to collecting. The thrill is in the hunt. Finding that rare, perfectly preserved quarter can be as rewarding as discovering a hidden story in an old family album. Another intriguing layer of the 1991 quarter story is the slight changes in its alloy composition compared to earlier models. This coin exhibits a subtle luster, a result of refinements in the metal mix that were being experimented with at the time. These modifications, while minor, create a visual appeal that can be best appreciated under the right lighting conditions. For collectors who have spent years studying the nuances of coin metallurgy, such differences are not just technical details, they're clues that speak to a moment of innovation in American minting history. The interplay between tradition and experimentation in this coin serves as a reminder that even something as common as a quarter can have an unexpected depth of character. There's also an almost poetic quality to the evolution of the quarter during this period. In a time when technology was beginning to reshape industries across the board, the U.S. Mint was also embracing new methods to enhance the precision and beauty of its coins. The 1991 quarter stands as a tangible example of that transition. It's a piece that marries the old with the new, capturing both the timeless essence of American coinage and the innovative spirit of its era. For collectors, Owning a coin like this isn't merely about having a piece of money, it's about holding a narrative, a story of change and progress, in the palm of your hand. Stick around, because as we continue our journey through the world of rare coins, there's so much more to uncover. The 1991 quarter is just the beginning, a fascinating prologue to the incredible tales that each coin in our collection holds. And while this coin represents a pivotal moment in modern minting history, there are more stories waiting to be told, stories that remind us why the world of coin collecting is as vibrant and engaging as ever.